guys, welcome back to my channel. I have Dario here with me today. He's gonna talk a brief about his story, but I want to tell you why I'm joining him or why he's joining me. And so we'll go from there. So I wanted to give you guys a little background. As you already know, in my previous videos, I've mentioned Daisy a lot, and I would love to keep her name alive. She's such a huge inspiration to me. And the reason why I decided to do this YouTube journey with the whole world is because of her. Life is never guaranteed, life's too short and it's not guaranteed. And I want to record this journey of my pregnancy and then future stuff. So my family and friends can look back on this. And I just want to restate that Daisy is the biggest inspiration why I'm doing this. So Dario is husband of Daisy. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Dario, or give us a little background. Share what you want to share. Again, it's going to be back and forth conversation between you and me.
Yeah. So my name is Dario. I was Daisy's husband. We got married last year of January 12th, 2020. Um, she just recently passed away on January 12th, 2021. And today is June 23rd, 2021. It's been a hard, tough journey. I just been trying to, get some normalcy back. It's she passed away after giving birth to our daughter, and that's been really, and its own tough, one of the toughest things that I ever would have to face, and I wouldn't wish on anybody, especially like, we were newlyweds and we just were starting out our new life in Texas, and we were happy. We had outside children, but we were trying to blend the families together, and we were trying to, just be one big happy
Right.
family, and we achieved that. And I guess the Lord had something else in plan because
Yeah.
ultimately after we achieved that goal, we decided to produce a child of our own, and shortly after we did that, she was taken from the world because he had other plans for her. So
Yep. And I want to
it's a
stop you
little
right
bit.
there real quick. I want to also mention that I've known you since you were a teenager.
Oh,
This goes
yeah,
way back. So I've seen you grow up
yeah,
from a teenager to the young man that you are right now.
yeah.
And I just want to stress that you were in the best place of your life when this all went down. I hope I don't get emotional,
That's
but
very fine. That's another thing. Yeah.
yes, you were. And I was so proud of you. You moved away from everybody. I got to see you on
Uh-huh.
social media just grow. You had your son with you. She had her daughter with her from previous relationships. And then you guys were building what was supposed to be a lifetime, a
Yeah,
legacy.
yeah,
So I just wanted to mention that. And I never got to meet her. But yeah, so she's a huge inspiration. I got to see your guys' wedding, your guys' when baby girl was born. It was just a beautiful
hmm
thing. And it wasn't supposed to end this way. But like you said, God had other plans. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but you can continue
No,
from
you're
that
you're
point.
fine, and I do appreciate that because growing up the way we grew up, I grew up with, you remember it was just that chaos, no direction, no
Right.
structure. We were just doing
Right.
what we could do, getting by how we got by, and that was it. So, me coming from that cup situation to come to meeting the soulmate of my life, and then moving shortly after that was like, I feel like I finally made it in life,
Right.
and I felt like,
You
what,
did.
like starting fresh, starting get my own family. We just worked all the time and stayed home, and just
Right.
it was quarantine, so we had to do the quarantine dates and all
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
we got to become closer and get to know each other even more as we were married, which is
Yep.
one of the most beautiful things.
Yeah.
And
And the
like
family, the kids, everybody coming together.
yeah,
It was
everything,
it was
yeah.
great to see.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I was boastfully sharing everything that I could,
Yep.
on social media
Always
to
smiling.
show everybody. Yeah,
Always. Yes.
every picture that I posted with her, it's always us two smiling, and
Yep.
that set kind of let you know how the relationship was. Like, of course, we
Right.
had our ups and downs. No one's perfect,
Everybody
but
does. Right.
yeah, I want to leave her, she want to leave me at times, and we just stay like, okay, we're still here. It's not
Right.
going nowhere. And
Right.
we did what we wanted to do, and we did it to the fullest, and we lived life that we had to the fullest. And I miss her a lot.
Yeah.
It was we got together in September 2019, and I pretty much already knew. I was like, you know what, like I always had like this, this thing inside me that's kind of just told me like, the woman that I want is someone that's not like me, or at
Right.
least is better than me, and someone that's that I could like talk to, and just just someone that's gonna just be for me, and someone that's gonna help
Understanding.
learn.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly, and it's work with me through my flaws, and I work with her through her flaws, and
Yep.
all that good stuff. And when Daisy, she had a lot of those characteristics that I already like been wanting and searching for in a woman. So when I caught whiff of that, I was like, let's get married. Like this is like,
It's
um,
perfect.
yeah, this is like probably like a couple months into it. But what ultimately made me like want to do even more was like we got together in September, like around like November. I just left California. I didn't even say anything to her. I just left.
I
And we
know.
were still dating. I just bounced.
Oh, you left
And
her.
yeah, I left her, I left everybody. I just left
Oh,
her.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I just left. I didn't even say anything to her, to any of my friends. I just hopped in my car one day and just drove to Texas with my aunt. And then I called her on the way. I'm like, look, I'm leaving the state. I don't know when I'll be back, but I can't take it anymore. I suffered too much here. I just want to a new start. And I was like, she was, of course, she was, she wasn't happy, so she was very upset.
Yeah.
And she, she, said what she had to say, and went off. And then, at the end of it, I was like, okay, well, are you gonna wait for me or what? And then she was like, well, I have no fucking choice. And I was like, okay, so that's all I wanted to hear.
Right.
So then, I stayed up there for a couple of months, and then that January of 2020, I came back home to visit. I think I had about a week off from work, and I came to visit. And then that same week, I married her ass right there at Encinitas Beach, at Moonlight Beach in Encinitas,
Yep.
right there on the little pathway. Right there, it was the most beautiful thing
It
ever.
was beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, the kids were there, family was there, your brother was there,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it was such short notice because like I didn't really plan on it. It was kind of like I was like, you know what, I want her to be my wife right now. I don't want a ceremony right now. I just want to be my wife, and we'll do a whole thing later on.
Right.
As time goes by, because I was arrogant thinking that we had time, but
Right.
that's beyond the point. But so we did it right there, and then the same day I had to go back to I had to hop on a plane and go back to work in Texas, and
Oh,
then
wow.
yeah, so we didn't even get to do a honeymoon yet. It was difficult, and she was rocking with me the whole time.
Right. That's
She
great. That shows
she was
what kind
waiting
of
for me the whole
person
time.
she is. Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So I knew I made the right choice when I pulled the trigger on getting married to her. And then I would say that following March, I had more time off. I actually requested time off this time, so I had about like 2 weeks off, paid, of course.
Yep. Good.
And we celebrated our honeymoon there. And then I ended up having this because of COVID hit around that same time in March. I had to stay, and then I had a I was with my mother in law's house, which it was fine. We just had to share a bed, but it was like, all right, well,
Right.
screw it. And then at that time, we're looking for apartments, and I was like, you know what, like
All right, hey guys. So we had a bit of a connection issue, but you pretty much got the gist of the story. I want to thank Dario again for taking the time out to talk about this really sensitive subject. It's fairly recent. So I just thank you again. We're in two different time zones, so I appreciate you being patient with me and while I set this all up, and thank you for being so open to share your story. This week is I'm in my second trimester as of this week. I couldn't be more happier, beyond excited for getting into my second trimester, reaching this far. I'm gonna go ahead and show you Bump, and I want to say that's pretty much it for this video. And like I said, we will go ahead and continue to touch base with Dario every few months or every so often, check on him, see how he's doing, and baby girl Amelia. So I will go ahead and show you guys my Bump. So this is week 14. Week 14, make sure this is up, and there you have it. All right. More to come, so I have a lot more videos to upload that's going to catch up to this point, and then also talk about my nuchal translucency ultrasound that I got at week 13, which was just last week. So we'll talk about that and what I found out during that ultrasound. I will keep you guys posted. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Stay blessed.